forget what's called, but it's very engrossing. Also, they have a behind the scenes thing on YouTube for that as well.
Act Zero, special acts, all that, watch it.
And the music, a lot of it, very, very good stuff. So if you can find that too, it's great.
Yeah. So
we'll just, we only have a few minutes left, so if you have any questions, we will at least attempt to answer them. Obviously, you know, just heads up, we don't know what's going on with the licensing. We hear good news. I mean, the Sailor Moon is being licensed in different parts of the world again after all the licenses were put out. But now the question is, when's it going to happen here? Is it going to happen here? We don't know. Information's scarce. But any other questions?
Well, just along those lines, you know, it has been, I hear Italy has just recently started their re-release. Japan released their 20th anniversary edition with all new covers, and it's gorgeous, and I really want it. But other than that, there is no word yet on whether it's coming back to the US. They're very hesitant to do so, but Naoko really wants to keep her control over Sailor Moon before she had lost it very, very thoroughly.
And for everyone else out there who likes Sailor Moon, definitely check out Sailor Moon Bridge. It's absolutely hilarious. It does make fun of Deke, which is really cool, and it just makes fun of like all the plot twists and goals. And they're absolutely amazing. I love it. I love watching all of them. So check that out too.
Okay, questions?
Have you seen any of the Sailor Moon doll commercials?
Yes, I have.
The American one?
I've seen all of them.
Yeah, they're
I've seen them. They're terrible. They had the Sailor Moon cycles. I've seen them. They had the Sailor Moon cycles. They did the Sailor Moon game cards. If anyone's seen those. The commercials for them are terrible. They had those little mini action figures. They were just so wrong. Like just absolute characters, all that stuff is just wrong. Like I've seen all the same. They're very scary.
Speaking of dolls, have you come across the Sailor Moon fashion plush bed? It's like a little doll bed, and it's purple, and it has glittery stars on it, and like a pink headboard thing.
I've seen that. All that stuff is just terrible. It doesn't give Sailor Moon justice at all.
No, it doesn't. The turtle?
I would like to see Funimation pick it up. Because maybe they can straighten out the mess that Deke created.
We keep hoping. Of course, just the other thing about the live action, see, Matoki in the live action has a much more developed role, and he loves turtles. You know, he drives a green beetle. It's ridiculous.
Just keeping in mind that Matoki and his, No, well, yeah, that, but no, his name. Melvin. Umino, thank you. Matoki and Umino are consolidated in the pages.
Any other questions?
Do we also I have a question for anyone who hasn't seen the live action. I highly recommend it. It was what got me to get my husband into the Sailor Moon, because he'd only seen the Deke version. Yeah. And when we were planning our wedding, I wanted to get married as Maru and Asagi. He was like, never gonna happen, that show sucks. And I ended up getting married as Han Solo and Princess Leia. Mars, he fell in love with her, and he's like, when is it coming out? Hasn't been up yet? Did you get the raw? And I wish it would come out. You guys, it's really great. You should see it.
Rick.
Opinions on why they made the Neptune and Uranus into cousins.
Because they can't handle the drama between them.
You can't because there's a significant part of the American population that believes the activities in Japan are like a sin or a crime or something like that, and the American companies do not want to get their advertisers boycotted. However, I mean, really, this is 21st century, and they really should get on with it. And plus, I mean, it's not like you can't see that kind of stuff on other shows elsewhere. They should have figured it out, but it's just, you know, they're going to try to market to kids, and they want to just remove that nice little you know, really vital plot element. If you've seen Stars, by the way, comes into play a lot. So especially involving those two in the very end. So, you know, it's a real big deal. Anyone?
Also, it's over here, we view things a lot more sensitively than they do there. It's like free. Here, everything's restricted. I mean, video stuff, you know, so it's not, you know, it's not going to be mainstream, sadly. It'd be awesome, but they're going to take all that stuff out. That's not cool. Another reason, like, that's not one of the many reasons why the creator actually took her license back from the game. As soon as that came out, she got her license back.
On the other side of things, a lot of like stuff is censored in Japan. You know, there's a lot of what's it, mosaic over Asian stuff. It's like, you know, so you can counterpoint and say that there are some things that you can't revert to.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that obviously you can't like full on show anywhere, but up here, you'll get away with it more so in Japan than you would in America.
Yeah, Japan is really big on the conceptual elements of it. You know, you could talk about Haruka and Mishiro being lesbians in Japan, but you're not going to see them being intimate. It's more of the whole, this is what we're doing, but we're not actually going to show you. So, and that's where the U.S. is a lot different, because in the U.S. we're more out there with everything. You know, there's a lot more kissing, there's a lot more sex, there's a lot more everything in ours. But the Japanese figure that's a little more sacred. For example, if you're having a live action, you don't actually see them kissing. It's more like a, you know, oh, there's the sunset. So they don't like making their actors and actresses kiss. It's that same concept. They'll talk about it, they just won't do it.
Right there.
That might be unique for this, but maybe because I grew up with it, I actually like the English stuff. Just because I remember being like 5 years old, and my father actually gave me Sailor Moon. He was the one who got me into it.
It's nostalgic.
My dad. And if anything, one thing that did bother me is I remember being like 5 and 6 and watching Neptune and Uranus and being like, if they're cousins, why are they doing that? If anything, like if they were lesbians, obviously they are, but if they are, that's one thing. But I think it makes it a little bit worse when they make them cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeke wasn't very good at hiding what they were changing. For example, the clip I showed you, in one scene she's perfectly pristine, not a scratch on her. You know, you have your big paws, Mama beats the crap out of her, and then she's all beaten and bruised and everything else. So when you're watching the Deke, you're like, pristine, now beaten up. What happened? You know, and they just didn't think that kids had the ability to make that connection. I didn't think that.
And of course, another thing to mention is when they edited out the Mercury smacking Sailor Moon across the face, but then left it in the trailer for the episode shown before the episode.
When did that happen?
Or was it Sailor Moon says or whatever? It was just like you saw it and it was like, what? But we only have a couple minutes. Yeah, we kind of should probably wrap it up. But obviously, if you have any other questions, I mean, you know.
Find us.
We'll find us. So wrap it up. So I'll just thank you all for coming out. And